Very good morning to you. Welcome. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well this morning. We're going to start chapter 9 of Luke. Luke is such a, well, I say it of so many things, don't I? How rich the scriptures are if we give them time to speak to us. How rich they are. It doesn't matter how many years I've been reading the scriptures. Every time I read and I ask the Lord, what do you want to say to me today from this passage? Speak to me. It is wonderful. And this is thinking back to the parable of the sower. You know, when you sow seeds, you need, and plants, or put plants in the garden or whatever, you need to make sure that they are given, they're not starved of what they need to grow. And seeds need water. It's amazing, isn't it? You can have a packet of seeds in the drawer for months and nothing germinates. You put them in the ground, add a little bit of moisture, and put them somewhere where the sun can touch them, can warm the soil above them, and they germinate. And I think the water is prayer and application. So as we approach the scriptures, we need to say, Lord, speak to me, as Samuel did. Speak, Lord, your servant hears. And Samuel's kind of hearing is the kind of hearing we need. Samuel, of course, the beginning of 1 Samuel, you'll see him there as a boy, learning to hear the voice of God and saying, Speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth. And that implies one who is willing to do what they're told when they've been told it. A servant is not, he didn't say, Here I am, it's Samuel, talk to me. He said, Your servant is listening. And that's not the thought I was going to have for today, but it's an important thought, isn't it? Perhaps I'll stay with that, that it is all about hearing and applying the word. And I don't really want to say anything more than that. Speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth. Let those words go round your mind today. Whatever you're doing, Lord, I want to be your servant where you've placed me today. Let me hear your word today. Speak to me. Refresh me. Enlighten me. Remind me. Teach me. Rebuke me. Whatever, Lord. I have ears to hear. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear what you've got to say to me. Speak, Lord, for your servant heareth. Oh, just like Samuel as a small boy, we don't really know how old he would have been. He was old enough to live away from his parents. He was probably about maybe 8, maybe younger than that, 8. I don't know. He wasn't much older than that. And we must not despise the children in our families. We should teach them to listen out for God, to look for God, to speak to God, introduce them to God. If you've got children in your family that have never met Jesus, they are your mission field more than anything else. And perhaps you think, well, they're too young. Well, they're not. My two daughters. My daughter Johanna came to the Lord when she was, I think, 6, and Rachel when she was 4. They understood. They understood that God could forgive them, and that God loved them, and that they needed to build their life on the rock of Jesus and believe in Him. And they've not wavered. It's part of our responsibility to teach our children the way they should go. Thinking about Jairus' daughter, we've just thought about her yesterday, being healed. She lived. She was the daughter of a ruler of the synagogue, so she would have been taught the worship of God from her father. And she was 12 when she met with Jesus and he healed her. We think children can't make a decision until they are a certain age. But I think they can be too young to be baptized, perhaps, or confirmed, or made members of the church. But they can meet Jesus at any age. And teaching children to pray, teaching children to listen to the word, to form habits where the word of God is a part of their lives and prayer is a part of their lives, it will stand them in good stead. And when they're old, they won't depart from it. That's what Proverbs says. That's my thought for the day. We need that prayerful attitude whenever we come to the Word of God, whenever we go to church and we're going to be listening to somebody speaking from the Word. We need to have that same attitude. Lord, I've come to minister to you in worship, but I've come to listen. Speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth. I hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Whoa, beginning another weekend. Another great day to serve the Lord. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.